viewers, welcome to See the Stories on a 3-hour news show. Now, aging is a gradual and continuous process of natural change that begins in early adulthood. During the early middle age, many bodily functions begin to gradually decline. So, let me ask you a question first, Aliyah.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about aging?
Let me think. My aging brain is thinking. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It adds up, but I guess you just have to embrace it because as you get older, you get wiser, don't you think?
We should.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Well, some people think that. But yeah, I guess I quite try to embrace the aging process.
Yeah, something that we can't really run away from too,
No.
right? Yeah. So talking about aging, let's see some facts related to the issue.
So aging is a complex biological process stemming from the accumulation of molecular and cellular damage over time. This gradual deterioration leads to declines in physical and mental abilities, heightened disease risk, and ultimately death. The aging process is not uniform and does not always align perfectly with chronological age.
Common health issues in older adults include hearing loss, vision problems such as cataracts, back and neck pain, arthritis, chronic lung diseases, diabetes, depression, and dementia. Older individuals are more likely to experience multiple health conditions simultaneously.
So there are common illnesses among the older ages, right? But does getting older also affect the way the brain functions? So to delve more into this topic, joining us in the studio is neurologist Dr. Tommy Sarongku. Dr. Tom, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, it's our pleasure as well. I mean, you're such in a young age still.
Yeah.
But we want to know, I mean, we've seen some older people in their 80s, in their 90s, they're still functioning well. But okay, first of all, we would like to ask to you, what are the common changes does the brain undergo as we go older in our age?
Okay, so we are now living in an era where the technology and healthcare facility is very improving. Hence, the quality of life is increasing. Also, that means the number of life expectancy is now higher than before.
Okay.
Yes. So, as a health professional, we are facing another health problem, which is neurodegenerative disorders. So, as we age, there are some common changes happens to our brain. The first one is, just like any other part of our body, our brain is also aging. That happens is our brain volume starts shrinking starting by the age of 30.
30?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so the size of the brain itself
Shrinking.
shrinks?
Starts shrinking by the age of 30. Yes, it is. And also, our brain is more prone to a condition like oxidative stress and inflammation. That's what happened to our brain when we are aging.
Okay, so after 30, changes starts to happen to our brain.
So if your head is smaller, it's because of your brain shrinking.
That would be it.
No.
So, but how does the aging brain affect cognitive functions such as memory, decision making, and also learning? Because it has a big effect, right?
Yes, it is. So there are parts of the brain, the certain part of the brain, such as prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, that are shrinking as we get older. And this part of the brain is associated with cognitive decline. Hence, that's why people are having memory decline, difficulty of learning, and making decision is harder for them.
But we've seen like people in their very old age, like 80, 90, even 100, they're still surviving and they can actually live quite independently.
Yes.
So are these, the changes that you mentioned, are these all inevitable or are there ways to actually slow them down or even prevent them?
Well, actually, as I mentioned before, that our neuron cells are dead.
Oh,
The number is quite big. It's around 1,000. Even more if you are smoking, consume alcohol, or living an unhealthy lifestyle, such as lack of sleep, and don't work out regularly, that might affect the brains. While some studies show that people in the 80s or 90s and still functioning well, studies show that they are more happy, they are living a healthy lifestyle, and keep their brain stimulated.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, even though like we have, like for example, my grandma, she started to say something over and over again, but then basically it practices her memory. So she doesn't forget names, she doesn't forget your favorite food, for example, and she still cooks and all that. So it's like a lifestyle that would matter a lot to, you know, brain changes, you're saying?
Most of it is lifestyle. And as I mentioned before, our brain starts shrinking by the age of 30. Yes. So if you want to healthy lifestyle starting when we were younger, of course, we are preserving our brain when we get older.
Wow, okay.
Wait, so if we start making changes after 30, would it be too late or no?
Well, there's no science saying that it's too late, but better start now than ever late.
So some of the things that we could do to slow down the process is eat healthier, get enough sleep.
That's right.
That's kind of hard to get enough sleep,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes. Just to maintain like your blood pressure level, your cholesterol, and everything else.
Yes.
Right?
So there's a lot of homework that we need to do if we want to slow down the process of our brain aging, right?
True.
All right. But can you tell us what are some of the signs or early warning signs of cognitive decline in older adults?
Well, it's actually something that's very common that happens to even us. Like we keep forgetting where we put our items, missing appointments, or keep getting lost. But one thing that we need to notice that this could be a warning sign if it happens repetitively or it gets worse by time, even up until ruining the daily life. For example, if someone is used to drive a car, but she keeps the memory decline inhibit her or he to drive, that means that it's a warning sign and you should go check to neurologist.
Okay, so if you're like forgetting something, forgetting to where you put something before, that might not be a sign, but when it happens repetitively and it gets worse day by day, then it is a sign. So you have to go and check yourself to the doctor.
Yes.
I see. So can you explain how the brain and this body, you know, sort of like relationship happens? Because as you mentioned, there's this hearing problem, and maybe there's something that happens to your body. Does that actually, you know, worsen the situation when it comes to, you know, getting older and making decisions and doing our cognitive ability?
Well, here's the thing about that most of the elderly, they come with chronic illness such as hypertension, diabetes mellitus, or hyperlipidemia. Those conditions, if it's not treated well, it could be worsening the aging brain. So yes, it's related. Our body and our brain, it's all related.
So what do you suggest to the people with chronic diseases like those to just, you know, help them to just stay sane and live as normal as possible, even though it might be the perfect one?
Okay, so here's the thing. I would suggest that first, find the chronic illness and get treated.
Okay.
And then start a healthy lifestyle. Choosing your food, a healthy food, and start exercising and prioritize sleep, because sleep is essential for us, and reduce stress.
Wow, okay.
So sleep is very important.
Oh yeah, that's hard to do.
Okay, but I think this is one of the questions that people always ask. How many hours of sleep do we need? Because I think as we get older, we sleep less, right? Less hours.
Yes. Well, facts saying that 30% of our life is spent with sleeping. So as an adult, we need to at least spend 6 to 8 hours a day for sleeping.
Okay.
Here's the thing, as we get older, to hit that 6 to 8 hours is very hard.
Yeah.
Hence, that's why we need to add additional things to do.
Like napping.
Yes.
Oh, besides sleeping, you're
Yes.
saying?
Napping is also one of the things that we can get to fulfill that 6 to 8 hours. And also to make a quality sleep, here's the thing, we always check our phone at night.
I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Until I
Yes.
feel sleepy, and then I put my phone away. But
So
until,
that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing because the light from the gadget, it hits your eyes and then it makes your sleep is not quality good.
Okay, I mean, we're as you mentioned, we're living in the era of technology,
Yes.
aiding us, human. So how bad would it be if we depend too much on technology? Let's say we are so forgetful, we put everything in our calendar, like in a laptop or in a phone, but that doesn't mean that we remember them. We're just putting them, in the agenda, and then we check them day by day, right?
yeah.
But it's different from the old days where people remember their people's phone numbers.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
No, I don't remember phone numbers
I don't
anymore
remember
now.
any phone numbers.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think it's a good thing actually. It's helping us to sort things and remembering things. I mean, we can always rely on our brains, right? So yes, for me, it's actually the gadget, the technology is helping us a lot these days.
All right.
Okay. All right. So so good sleep is important. Good quality sleep.
Yes.
But what else? What kind of activities can we do that could help make our brain keep in the good
Stimulating.
Yeah.
Stimulated.
Stimulated.
Yes. The other thing that I would like to add is keep learning new things.
Oh.
Find yourself a new hobby.
Really?
Because if we like something,
Yeah.
It pushes our brain to study more because we like it.
Yeah. Our curiosity, right?
Yes, the curiosity. It stimulated the brain.
Okay.
Yes.
Start learning Mandarin.
That would be.
Yeah, but I mean, my dad
start
just asked
something
me
small.
to find a piano.
That could be a good thing too.
Because he said, sometimes I don't know what to do. I just need to fill the time. So does that count as well?
Yes, that counts.
Right. Okay. So you find new things, and also don't sleep too late because lack of sleep is very bad for your brain and your cognitive ability. But we still continue our talk with Dr. Tom here, but that's going to be after the break. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget to stay tuned.